Hello and welcome to Dingoes Ate My Podcast. I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
I'm Justin.
This week we're talking about the episode Goodbye, Iowa. This episode originally aired February 15th, 2000.
Yeah!
Day after Valentine's Day.
Ooh.
Yep. Anyway, in this episode, Buffy fills the gang in on everything that's been going on since she started working with the Initiative. And they question whether Riley is involved in the death mission on which Professor Walsh sent Buffy. Buffy arms the group with weapons and makes plans to hide out in Xander's basement. Because who would ever go there willingly? Riley shows up at Giles' place asking Buffy for information and becomes upset when he recognizes Spike as Hostile 17. Which
Hostile 17? Oh, yeah, no.
I'm one of
I'm your
Xander's friend. Oh, fuck it.
Forget it. Yeah, I'm your guy.
Riley does not want to accept what the rest of them are saying about Professor Walsh and the Initiative. Leaving Dr. Walsh's body, Adam escapes the Initiative through a vent. He approaches a young boy playing in the park and questions him about his nature. Dr. Engelman slips in a pool of blood as he enters room 314 and finds Professor Walsh stabbed to death. When Riley and Forrest see Walsh's body, Forrest accuses Buffy of staking her.
You wouldn't stake in the back.
Well, no, and if you were to kill a person, why would you use the weapon that would be most identified with you?
And she's not a vampire. Besides, if she was a vampire, there wouldn't be a body.
It would just be a pile of dust.
Mm.
Giles is grumpy when he wakes up in Xander's basement the next morning.
Yeah.
Just it's good. The girls are watching cartoons when a news story comes on about a young boy who has been killed via skewering and mutilated. Believing it to be the Polgara demon captured in the previous episode, Buffy goes after it. Riley, against Dr. Engelman's orders, also instructs the commandos to search for the Polgara demon. He and Buffy both end up at the park where the boy was killed. While Buffy tries to apologize to Riley, Riley informs her that Professor Walsh is dead and asks if Buffy is happy about that. Willow goes to Tara's dorm room, planning to find the Polgara using a spell that shows nearby demonic activity. However, Tara secretly sabotages the spell, and it fails. Buffy searches for information at Willie's, but Riley also shows up very angry. He is shaking and sweating and scratching his hand so badly that it bleeds, as he questions Buffy's intentions and pulls a gun on an innocent woman. Why she's in a demon bar, I do not know.
Yeah, she has to search for it somehow.
Indeed.
Buffy consoles Riley as she sees that he is sick and only getting sicker, leaving him at Xander's to rest. When Riley wakes up, Willow tries to stop him from going after Buffy, but he pushes her to the ground and runs. Disguised as a scientist, Buffy gets herself and Xander, dressed in fatigues, into the Initiative. Just picture that.
Thank God they didn't bother to revoke her card to get in.
Or, yeah, just... Apparently she can still get in, despite her being dead, at least...
Yeah, well, it could take a day or two to update the database.
Mm-hmm. And I guess Dr. Welsh didn't really have the time because she died.
Yeah.
A little bit of a protrusion through her body.
They overhear Dr. Engelman talking to another scientist about the commandos already having withdrawals from the drugs they've been secretly putting in their meals. Meanwhile, at Willie's bar, Spike is badly beaten by demons for associating with the Slayer. They tell him that if he is ever seen around again, they will kill him. Buffy grabs Dr. Engelman, demanding information about 314. Riley arrives to help Buffy, still unwilling to accept Professor Walsh's sinister motives. Adam drops a dead body on the floor, revealing his presence. Adam is searching for answers about the world and has returned to the Initiative so he can discover more about himself and who he is. He has a disk drive in his chest. Not a hard drive, a floppy disk drive.
Yeah.
I think the hard drive is in the brain, maybe.
But he has a 3.5-inch floppy drive in his shoulder.
I know, that's just great.
And they don't bother showing it actually working like a disk drive, so he puts one in, and he puts another one in, and he puts more in. It's like, Does he just absorb them after he uses them?
This seems to be the case, and there should be a bit of noises coming out of it, probably. Like
Floppies were pretty silent.
No, they did make some noise, I thought.
Yeah, but they weren't as loud as CDs.
Yeah, fair.
Anyway. And when he inserts a disc labeled Adam, he offers information which reveals that he is part human, demon, and machine. He explains that even though Riley had a real mother, Professor Walsh was also his mother, as she shaped and built him into a human machine for the initiative. According to Adam, this makes him and Riley brothers. Apparently, he doesn't know how biology works. But I digress. But Riley is again provoked into anger. Soon a fight breaks out, during which Adam kills Dr. Engelman, injures Riley, and proves a match for Buffy before escaping again. The other commandos enter and take Riley away. The next day, Buffy talks to Willow about how Adam is out there and very dangerous. At the hospital, Riley lies in bed holding a scarf Buffy gave him earlier. Dun dun dun. So, what do y'all think of this episode?
Oh man, getting some more information about the Adams.
Why didn't that... Going back to the start of the episode when Adam was talking to the boy, why didn't the boy just kind of go, like, run away or anything? He wasn't even scared of him.
Well, he had the little toy that looked a lot like Adam. Maybe he thought it was just like a cosplayer or something.
Oh
What's
man,
that,
action figure. I think
You're
after
a monster.
I think after that particular comment, the kid should have been like, wait, this is an actual monster person talking to me in real life. I probably should get the flip out of here.
Maybe the boy should have realized it's not Halloween.
Yeah, fair.
It is also within and around the outskirts of Sunnydale, though, so it's probably not the strangest thing he's seen.
Who would let the boy out, like, out there?
He's like 10.
Yeah,
They
but,
can handle
like,
themselves in the woods. It's fine.
This is like the... Well, I guess it's technically 2000, but like, he's 10. I ran around my neighborhood alone all the time when I was 10.
Okay, but did your neighborhood have demons roaming about at night or in the daylight? Or actually, you know what? Vampires don't come out in the daylight, so...
No, but I did have a drunk guy down the street who tried to attack somebody with a fridge.
That is...
That's a story for another time.
Very
something,
true.
yes.
So, demons, drunk guy trying to beat people with a fridge.
Yeah, similar. Okay, fine.
I grew up in a weird neighborhood.
And
Yes.
no worries, I grew up in the wilderness with the bears and the other particular things.
I'm
Anyway.
sure.
International titles. In French, Stress. Boring.
Oh, stress!
In German, The Fighting Machine.
Oh man, it's that the fighting robot.
So, music. Andrew James provides the song My Last Romance. Lou Reed provides Romeo Had Juliet. Mark Cherry provides Big Ed and Christoph Beck, as usual, with the original score. So, finally to the quote I pulled for this episode, again from Buffy. I'm going to the crime scene to see what I can find out. You guys research the Pulgera demon. I want to know where it is. When I find it, I'm going to make it pay for taking that kid's life. I'll make him die in ways he can't even imagine. That probably would have sounded more commanding if I wasn't wearing my yummy sushi pajamas. I can't say sushi, apparently.
Yes.
It's so true.
Because I hate it.
But I love sushi.
Yeah, well. Anyway, what did y'all think of this episode? I quite enjoyed it.
It was enjoyable. Still wondering why it's called Goodbye Iowa. At least in English.
So, I think what it's meant to be, and I could be wrong, I'll fully admit that, is it's kind of the first time Riley kind of has his innocence broken.
Okay.
And like he's meant to be like the Iowa farm boy who kind of just trusts people, and here it's kind of the first time that like, okay, Professor Walsh was just screwing with us and lying to us, and it's kind of like slowly taking that away from him.
Okay.
I think that's what it's meant to be, but maybe I'm just reading far too much into it.
Well,
Who knows?
for the most part, it's a little ambiguous, but not terribly. I don't know.
So, next week, guess who's back? Back again.
Well, we already have Spike. Maybe the other Slayer?
there's another Slayer who we haven't had an interaction with for about half a season.
And for decently good reason. What's going to be the case with this one?
So, the next 2 episodes we will be covering are This Year's Girl and Who Are You? It's a 2-parter. In these episodes, Eliza Dushku returns as Faith. While Buffy and the Scooby Gang, now with Riley on board, try to find Adam, Faith wakes up from a coma and finds the mayor has left her a device, which he uses to switch bodies with Buffy. Members of the Watchers Council arrive in Sunnydale, alerted to Faith's awakening.
Oh boy.
Oh, fun.
She's back!
This is gonna be a fun time.
Oh boy.
Anyway, I won't sing any more wrestling themes. I could do that every episode if you want.
But you forgot the catchphrase for, the millennium thing.
I dropped it.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
You dropped the millennium.
Yep. It didn't last very long. It didn't get over. Like in real life, it just didn't really go anywhere. Anyway, this is all pointless.
Right.
So yes, it is going to be a fun time with these next 2 episodes.
Oh boy.
So we get Faith back.
I'm
Faith
going
is
to
good.
need one hell of a good reason from the show to kind of explain aside from, oh hey, she's a coma. Oh hey, she's up from a coma.
Yeah, and then she gets to swap bodies with Buffy. How does that not sound like a great time?
Oh, that sounds like the best time.
Like on a scale of 1 to 10, if that doesn't hit at least an 8, there's something wrong.
Calm it down. It is up there. I just kind of question why. Aside from the writers were just like, oh hey, they've been saying these couple particular things about the show. Let's throw a curveball!
And just because Faith is really good. Oh, fair warning, it's going to start with a dream sequence. Anyway, no more spoilers.
That's like how it almost always starts on random episodes.
Well,
every other episode or so.
Let's just say pay attention to this one. Anyway, that's going to be it for this week. I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
I'm Justin.